On a long ride like this, it's not going to be a half-hour walk to your car. You could be looking at several hours back to your car, and no one wants to do that. So the warm season is here, spring is here, and you're probably looking at doing some longer rides. So there's a couple things to consider maybe when you're doing a ride that's a little bit longer than your traditional ride. So maybe if you're used to doing maybe an hour and a half, maybe these longer rides are going to be more like 2 or 3 hours, or maybe more than that. And so maybe some things you should look at and maybe prepare for to get ready for a ride on the longer side of things. And so the first thing we're going to look at is a jersey. This is the Moreno Jersey from YETI. And you know, I know it's kind of weird to have a YETI jersey because they make bikes and not clothing, but YETI has definitely really brought some really nice stuff to the table with this. They didn't just slap their name on some other brand and call it good. Just like their bikes, they really brought a quality product here. So first thing is, this is a Merino jersey. So Merino is wool, but this is not wool like maybe an old Christmas sweater you have lying around. This is like super lightweight and it breathes really well. Nice thing about the wool is, in addition to breathing well, it dries very quickly. So if you're in the saddle for a long time, you're not gonna be like super sweaty, you're gonna dry out really easily. And yeah, it's very comfortable to wear for a long time. It's super soft. This almost feels like cotton, but definitely does not wear like cotton. It breathes a lot better. And I cannot speak highly enough about this one. I love this piece. And then the next thing we're gonna look at is the Fox FLEXAIR short from Fox. So this is Fox's lightest short that they make. The material is very thin, it breathes very well, it moves with you. It also has what I call speed holes, so it really lets the air and ventilation through. This is an awesome short to wear for either a really long day, or maybe it's just really hot where you are and you just need something that's gonna keep you cool. The Fox FLEXAIR is awesome. It also includes the chamois, which is maybe kind of critical if you're gonna spend several hours in your saddle. It's nice to have maybe a little bit of extra comfort for when you're doing those long days. And last but not least, for apparel, we are talking a jacket. And so depending on where you're riding, these rides might start early in the morning, especially if it's gonna be a long day. And maybe you don't wanna wear long sleeves, it's gonna heat up pretty quickly. But you still want some protection there for maybe the wind, maybe the cold. This Specialized jacket is awesome. This is the Specialized Trail jacket. It's ultra lightweight, it packs into itself, and so you can put it in a pocket, easily stuff it in a backpack, or maybe you have a frame bag, you can stick it in there as well. And so this thing's just extra packable. Even if you don't plan on being out in the cold, it's just a nice thing to have just in case, because you don't really know what you're gonna come across on your long day. Especially if you're riding in the mountains where the weather can be kind of unpredictable a little bit. It's nice to have some extra protection there. So next we'll talk about some gear you should bring on the ride. So on your shorter rides, you might just bring one water bottle, maybe a couple tools strapped to your frame, and maybe that's it. If you're doing a longer ride, if you're looking at several hours, you're gonna need more than one bottle. And so it might be a good idea to bring a backpack. This DAKINE one is great. It's 2 liters of water. It has plenty of storage space. You can put tools in here, you can throw some food in there, you can put some extra layers in here. This is a great option. And when I'm doing the longer rides where it's gonna be a lot of elevation, I know it's gonna be a long day, I'm definitely bringing more than one bottle because I know it's gonna get hot and being hydrated is pretty critical. And so I'm definitely breaking out the backpack for those rides. And some nice things to include there would be, say, a multi-tool. This one from BLACKBURN is excellent. It has pretty much everything you need to address any issue you'd have out on the trail. It's got a full set of Allen keys. It's got a chain tool on it. So you can really address any sort of issue that would come up and get you back home, because on a long ride like this, it's not going to be a half-hour walk to your car. You could be looking at several hours back to your car, and no one wants to do that. So definitely go prepared is the motto there. And also, you want to throw some good tire levers in there. If you get a flat, you want to be able to stick a tube in there if you're tubeless. This one's also pretty nice from PEDRO'S. It has storage for another power link. So if something happens to your chain, you've got a spare power link on and ready to go. It also allows you to remove valve cores. So if you need to maybe try to reseat the tubeless valve in the field, you can pull that valve cord out and you can inflate and hopefully get that tire seated and be on your way. And last but not least, we have the DAKINE grippler. And so you might actually have something like this on your frame already. It's just a little pouch that you can attach either under your seat, put it on your frame. It'll hold a spare tube, it'll hold some tire levers, it'll hold some CO2. It's just really nice to have, nice little emergency kit. This isn't just great for epic rides, it's also good for just your average after work ride. That's gonna be an hour and a half. It's just nice to have those tools accessible on the bike. And so we looked at quite a few things here today to get you really set for your epic ride. Of course, there's lots of things you could add in the equipment spectrum to kind of keep yourself prepared. I'd say this is, I consider maybe the minimum requirement of things you'd want to take with you on a long ride. But yeah, definitely lots to consider here. So if you're gearing up for that long ride, your buddy's invited you on the 5-hour Sufferfest, and you're like, man, I need to get ready for this thing, feel free to give us a call at Jenson USA. Gear Riders would be happy to walk you through that, get you prepared and ready to go. And we're happy to keep you pedaling.